Hello, this is Alicia Hartley, and this is my presentation on my lichen survey. My hypothesis was based around the type of lichen in the area. So at two different sampling sites, at a west-facing location on trees about 5 feet high, my hypothesis was when analyzing two separate west-facing locations, I hypothesized that there will be more lichen on the trees in location 1 than location 2, and the prominent species will be folios. There will also be more moss in location 2 than in location 1 since it is a wooded area. So looking at the data that I have here, you'll see some patterns. The biggest pattern that you're going to see is over here on the average percent coverage of lichen species. You'll see that there was more fruticose in location 2, but more foliose in location 1. There was also more moss in location 2, and crustose was pretty close, about a 4% difference there. But the pattern there is the difference in fruticose versus foliose. Now, location 1 was an open area with more airflow, and location 2 was a wooded area along a fence line. So again, on site 1, I have crustose and fruticose highlighted here because you can see that there was more of those two in location 1, and in location 2 there was a higher percentage of fruticose. I'm sorry, there was more foliose in location 1 than fruticose. So in my conclusion, and based on the data at the two locations, again, there was a 3 to 4% difference in each lichen species, and location 1 had more crustose and foliose, and wildlife was more abundant in location 1 than in location 2. And the reason that I say that is because in location 1, you can see that the bare surfaces on the trees had more of the bark removed than in location 2. So the bare surfaces in location 2 weren't due to bark removal from wildlife, but it was actually just more that the species was not growing in that area. So the differences in lichen species really depends on the amount of airflow, sunlight, wildlife, and insect abundance that is in the location. If there was a decline in the lichen, you'd see a loss of nutrients in the soil and a loss of biodiversity. There are several insects like the eye-clipped beetle that are lichen camouflaged, moths as well, and this lichen provides a resting place for them. A lot of the birds hunt in these areas of trees for lichen, and the deer in our area have been observed eating the lichen because it is a carb source and it provides other nutrients for them as well. One big thing that you're going to see because of the loss of nutrients in the soil, that is due to the fact that lichens begin the process of ecological succession, which is essential to the ecosystem. Basically what this does is they help to break down the rocks in the area, which creates soil and puts nitrogen into that soil. Thank you for watching my presentation.